my name is Eleanor Burgess, and I am the playwright of Galilee 34. Galilee 34 begins in Galilee, in Israel, in the year 34 CE, a couple months after Jesus's crucifixion. And some of his disciples are living in his childhood home in Nazareth, along with his mother, and they are trying to figure out what to do next. They're trying to remember as much as they can about the interactions that they had with Jesus while he was alive. They're trying to figure out how they can spread his message, and they're trying to agree about what that message was. And it goes from there. Feels like it's been brewing for a long time for me. There's sort of two things from my background both feed into this play. One is that my own family, half my family is Jewish and half my family is Catholic. And I think that I grew up in the space between those faiths, those cultures, sort of confused about that gap. And in particular, sort of that made me think a lot about the fact that all of these people, these disciples and Jesus and, Mary, we call them both Mary, but they're both probably Miriam, that they were Jewish people. They didn't know when they were born that they were Christians. They came from the Jewish tradition. So I think that for me, looking at the moment that those two traditions that have had such a huge shaping influence on my life parted ways was very interesting. And I think that also I have an enduring interest in history. So I used to be a history teacher. A lot of my plays examine history. And I think I'm always interested in what if the people who make history are people? What if we put some sort of flesh and blood on these canonical legends, and we imagine that instead of being angelic frescoes on a wall, if we imagine that these people who went on to shape so much of history were people who were capable of uncertainty, jealousy, fear, doubt, grief, longing, and we imagine that real human beings shaped a movement that shaped the world. And I think that was sort of a jumping off point for me, as it often is what if we put flesh and blood onto history and onto major ideas. I always hope audiences will leave with a lot to talk about, and will leave feeling like they will construct the meaning of the play in conversations that keep happening long after the play ends. That's my biggest hope, is that the meaning happens in conversations between audience members, and the things that people ask themselves after the curtain goes down. Funny, philosophical, and ferocious.